So recently, we just had some news coming through about Edgar Berlanga. I was hearing some things recently about him returning on March the 8th, but I haven't heard about him having any opponent's name. The only opponent name that I heard about him being mentioned with was somebody who I found on Instagram, who a lot of fans was already requesting for him to fight, and that name was Trevor McCumbee. Now it was another name that was out there that I, for some reason, cannot remember right now. But Trevor McCumbee had signed with a different management team or somebody he extended with or some situation he had. And the first thing he did, him and the management team, they looked towards a fight with Edgar Berlanga. And I don't know why Edgar Berlanga was the main focus at that point. Maybe they know some things we don't know. But as far as I've heard, Edgar Berlanga is the top option right now for a guy like McCumbee, who's looking for a certain fight against a certain opponent. And if you want to fight against a certain person, Berlanga is definitely the one you need to be looking towards, especially with all those different weight classes. The way those things are going on right now, it's just it's not a good look. Uh, as far as those weight classes, it's not in order, and Trevor McCumbee will be a good option. But he put out a wish list, and let me see. The wish list was kind of odd to me a little bit from what I was seeing, just because the wish list he put out had some names on there, and none of the names were McCumbee. So I don't know if that's going to be a guy that he has lined up for this fight, but oh yeah, Gabe Rosado was the other name. They was talking about Gabe Rosado or Trevor McCumbee. Now listen to this. He says, after my March 8th fight, these are the next 6 fights that I want in no particular order. Line them up. Jaime Munguia, Jamal Charlo, Caleb Flint, Hamza Shiraz, Canelo rematch, or Diego Pacheco. So any fights that y'all expecting Berlanga to have, he just named the 6 fights he wants to have. I'll repeat them again. He said Jaime Munguia, Jamal Charlo, Caleb Plant, Hamza Shiraz, Canelo, rematch, or Diego Pacheco. Now, I don't know how much people are interested in certain fights, but how interested are people into seeing Berlanga fight those guys? And the first name being Munguia is such a red flag, because that was a fight we felt like could have happened last year and it didn't. But you know, things happen these days when it comes to certain sports, but just don't understand that one. But Berlanga fighting on March the 8th, that's a good date for him. Me not having an opponent right now is definitely not a good thing. I mean, for him not to have any opponents right now. They saying McCumbee, they just reported this recently, but I reported that weeks ago. They're still mentioning McCumbee with Berlanga, but I'm not really hearing nobody else though. So Gabe Rosado could be an option. That was a guy who I heard throwing his hat out in the ring for, but anybody else, haven't heard much from him. Just McCumbee, and that's it. But yeah, that's really all I got, man, as far as that.